So we've been on a little bit of a break here as far as Honcast go, as far as really competitive Hon in general. Season 4 of Hon Tour wrapping up more than a couple of weeks ago. We've been in a little bit of a break here, but now we're continuing things with, once again, what is the Deadeye Bounty League, and this should be a lot of fun, obviously. We got really the next 6 weekends here are going to essentially be some good matchups. The top 9 teams currently from the standings of Hon Tour Season 4 are actually competing in this event. You could say this is an event to kind of keep the teams in check, keep them warmed up, keep them going. If anything, to get to the playoffs here coming up, in the month of May, obviously, where there definitely is a lot on the line. The winner of that, of course, going to the World Finals, will be joining Sync Esports, who already qualified. So this Deadeye Bounty League, though, on top of that, on top of just some good matches here, obviously there's some money on the line as usual. We got, with this format, as was the last season, it's a bounty format. Every single game, in fact, there is money on the line, $50 to be exact. So, we're not talking about life-changing money by any means, but hey, it's some money. It's some nice pocket money there for every single game on the line. So these teams, playing for a little bit more even than just simply to defeat their opponent. So, yeah, it should be some fun here. Obviously, we are starting a little bit later today. We did, unfortunately, have an error with our delay with our first matchup that resulted in a reschedule. Reason versus complexity, they're going to reschedule. We'll get that figured out when that's happening. Instead, we're kicking it off with Polymorph versus Reason Gaming here. All right, there you go. That's kind of the quick recap, the quick fill of what's going on, and a welcome back all together. But we got some Hon now to talk about finally, and excited to do that. With that said, I am joined by a co-caster, of course, today. I'm actually going to be joined by a different guy of Fresh. How's it going, man?
It's going great. Looking forward to seeing some Hon again. It's been a while, so yeah. Even for myself and my team, we haven't really been playing Hon at all recently. So looking forward to see what people play and pick at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm honestly with you. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I haven't been, really watching a lot of Hon, and I think it's safe to say, it's probably the same for a lot of people. We just haven't had a long season here. It is nice to have the breaks every once in a while, of course, no matter how much we do love this scheme in the end. But with that said, it is good to be back, and I'm excited, just like you're getting at, to see what maybe has changed. I don't know if I would expect a whole lot of difference than what we were seeing near the end there, because as far as balance goes, well, I don't think there really was too much that happened. But it's going to be fun to see what these two teams do going at it. So we got already draft to talk about. Let's start getting into it with that said. We had our initial bans. It was Behemoth, Parasite, Magebane, and Deadlift coming out. Interesting stuff there. Lord Salforus into Midas, Moraxis into Hellbringer, and Rhapsody into Salamon coming out for a reason. So looking at this draft here, different guy. What are you seeing?
I think it's pretty standard for Hex, at least, sticking to what they always do. Tanky heroes on the lanes, and then just looking to get a good start. And when it comes to Reason's draft, it's pretty much the same as they did always done. Get the Hellbringer and Midas they really like in the first 2 picks. So pretty standard, I would say.
So what you're telling me, not a whole lot has changed so far.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. It's the exact same heroes we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
Salforus into Midas, even the Salomon. That, a lot of people blind ban, but we have had that discussion before. So
yeah, I know. Do you feel strongly about that? Are you still a Lord Salforus hater in a sense? You think he's just too strong, or?
Oh, it's Salomon that people are hating on, isn't it?
Well, I know. I thought that you've said in the past Lord Salforus is a hero that you found to be really strong.
I think the nerfs was really good, so the hero came down to earth. It's still a really good pick, but it's not like it's on par with Salomon or anything anymore.
Yeah.
Salomon is definitely the best hero in the game right now. I don't think there's any question. It's just so damn strong.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a consensus, and overall, obviously, at the end of Season 4, that we were seeing teams just agree to ban it together. So, and when that's happening, you know that something might be up. But, well, we see it here. We've been in third pick for that matter. So maybe a little bit different logic here with these teams, but sure enough, seen. Dark Lady going to eventually coming out for Hex over here after the following bans: Magmasugi, Lodestone, Sandwraith, Ophelia, and Madman or the bans? You think Dark Liddy was a good option here?
Yeah, I mean, when it's Hex, it is, because they always like to get like 4 cores, so it's really hard to predict what they pick. But I don't know, it's gonna be hard to spread all the farm, I feel like, unless they get some utility hero as the last pick.
Yeah.
Because they already have Sulfuris who's gonna be taking Ancients, and Lady wants to take them as well as the jungle. Miraxus needs to find some farm as well. So I think they need like a second support or a jungler now. Otherwise, it's going to be way too much farm going around.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense there. You see they're right-clicking through a couple. Cherizaya even coming to mind. That's interesting.
Hero we haven't seen in a while.
No. I wonder if that has something to do with Salamon. I mean, is there a reason that he would be good against Salamon necessarily? I guess Charm isn't bad, but it's not really that great either. So
it's just Salamon is in the fight for like 30 seconds, and his spells doesn't last that long, so
yeah.
I don't think it's going to have the hugest impact.
Well, looking at Kinesis, apparently. Okay. We're going to end up with Kinesis there, so they do go the...
But that's like going to be a suicide Kinesis that's going to need farm as well, so yeah, it's a lot of farm going around. They're going to have to make some plays with Kinesis, Miraxus, Sulfuris, if it's going to work.
Well, it's good that they have a player named Flash Farmer there. He's going to be playing it.
I think it's Platycris, if you know who that is.
Platycris. Okay, yeah,
it's
definitely
just some guy
familiar.
who plays high TMM.
Yeah, that's probably where I recognize it from. You know, all those times I play in high TMM. Yep. Probably seen from that. Yeah, all those experiences. All right, so yeah, he's stepping in here again. He's not typically part of their main 5 here, but. Obviously, especially
he plays a lot with them, so
okay.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah, he was already tagged up for that matter, so I assume that he plays a bit with them already. So, yeah, you know, like I said, it is a little bit unfortunate that nothing against these teams, but we did have a really good matchup to kick it all off with Evil Corporation versus Complexity, but, you know, there was some roster issues. There was a matter of both teams, in fact, they were having some roster issues. And it just got to a point where it just wasn't going to work. They were having to use too many ringers, and it was like, all right, they're just going to reschedule this. So instead, we get this one here. And obviously, these two teams, a little bit different of a story. Teams that were kind of up and down between Diamond and Gold Division, but they did enough to qualify for the playoffs coming up, and also the Deadeye Bounty League as a result. So yeah, I'm expecting some fun here, to say the least. See what they can do here. So
definitely.
All right, so lanes. So you're talking about Kinesis Suicide, probably. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at these lineups here. Nothing really standing out that you would think would be different. So.
It's pretty straightforward, yeah.
Got the
it's gonna be the Kraken mid, probably. Suicide, Binus, and yeah, standard lanes. What I'm a little bit worried for Hex about is that they're gonna give the Salomon like complete free farm, because Kinesis isn't going to be able to really contest the Hellbringer with boots. I don't think so. If he plays it well, at least.
Yeah.
So Salomon will get a really early mock, and like Bosk always says, if you give me 10 minutes, I will win the game, no matter what, with this hero. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. That's also why we didn't want to blind ban it, because we play it all the time, so we felt it was. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, you guys were of those top teams. Yeah, you're the one that wasn't a fan of banning it. So saw it in your matchups. Yeah.
There's a lot of different factors that was into that, so it's like.
Oh, I'm sure. Hey, from my perspective, what I've said on that, it's I would rather it be just not banned by teams and seen, but
the way we feel like it's the balance team's job to kind of balance the heroes, so every hero should be eligible, and it's just pick to win. It's not really about anything else. It's competitive.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you in that attitude. But in the end, if teams are going to do that, it's not much we can do to stop that, obviously. So it is what it is. But again, this game we do see it rainy. I'm going to go with rainy playing it here for Reason Gaming. So. See again at the top lane. We'll see if Kinesis is able to pressure him. You're mentioning Hellbringer might make that a little tough though, in terms of accomplishing that. So our middle matchup, what is it? Kraken versus Miraxus. What we end up with? You think either side there has an advantage, or pretty back and forth?
It's pretty back and forth. Meraxes can harass with his axes. Kraken can harass with E. I think he has a little edge because he didn't go shield Kraken. It gives him a bit more stats, and you don't really need the shield in a 1v1 melee, so...
Yeah, not that necessary there. So Labyrinth has that history of course, being a pretty good Kraken player on the scene. He's definitely got some praise in the past, what I recall. So it's good to see him back once again. He's been around for a while.
I think this game is going to come a lot down to the junglers and their rotations, because both teams have the really hard carry, but especially Legion has to make some plays, because Salomon's power level is just way earlier than Lady's, especially after the changes to Lady.
Yeah, you're talking about the cooldown change. Yeah, I know that's been quite the discussion. I've had a couple of different co-casters, make a point that that was quite a hurt to Dark Lady in terms of the cooldown change. Middle lane, by the way, Kraken and Meraxes, they're going at it. I don't think anyone... Oh my god, okay, maybe a charge right there. He baits him out, and it is going to be a bloodlust in favor of Labyrinth. Very well played indeed.
But going back to the... What were we talking about?
Dark Lady, the cooldowns.
It's huge, like, because the Q and E doesn't fit together anymore. That's the biggest thing. So you can Q and then E in, but then you're not gonna have your Q up for the, or you're not gonna have your E up for the next Q, and then it gets awkward for the hero. Because you're gonna use them while the other one is not ready, and it's so bad.
Oh my gosh, top lane, by the way. We saw Midas as soon as I got to kill a Kinesis. Oh no. He dove right there. I thought he had it, but Hellbringer did a hell of a job of using the line of sight, using the trees, and escaping the dive attempt from Flash Farmer to not only survive, but obviously set up a turn kill on a Kinesis. So that would have been big because, again, especially what happened prior to that, Midas getting a kill on Rhapsody by himself at the bottom lane. So Reason, they're looking good. They're off to a pretty strong start here already.
Also looking forward to see what Reason can bring to the table. We haven't really seen them in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't, at least. So they've just been dancing around in gold, playing a lot of scrims. So.
Yeah, I think they were a team that they were one of the teams that we weren't too sure of if they were gonna. They finished in the top 9, but we weren't sure if they were gonna compete. This is a case of they had to make some roster changes, so they've been going through plenty. But in the end, Inkling, the head admin here, does a great job organizing things, and got in touch with them, and they made it clear that they have a roster, they're good to go, and so here they are, and obviously looking good to start things off at least against Hex now. So. Yeah, I'm with you, though. It has been a while since you've seen this team again as a team together. So, see what they continue to perform like. But is Dark Lady getting good farm at least? Yeah, she's getting pretty good farm, 21-6. But
yes, it's just worrying me that they draft the lineup this passive, against the Salomon. It's gonna be really hard to make plays on him, and then have a feeling it's just gonna snowball out of control for Hellborn, especially with the good start.
Yeah, that's kind of the inevitable issue here for the Legion side. It's like, Salomon really, I know we talk about him plenty because for obvious reasons, but he really is extra interesting too because we have seen teams try to, make a point of, okay, well, we'll aggressive lane against him. We'll address him. We'll constantly gank him, whatever. And yet it still seems like the hero's able to still get great farm in the end and then still do very well. So it's like, what's the answer? How do you deal with it?
You do main up on it, definitely. They should have done that. As soon as they saw the pick, they should be like, we need to make some man up lane. It's just, it will get strong anyway, that's true, but if you slow the timing down by like 10 minutes, you just enhance your chance of winning so much.
Yeah.
Because he won't get like 6 towers on you before you can even barely fight him. So.
Yeah. Makes sense.
That makes any sense?
No, it does. Yeah, it's also trying to give your carry. In this case, the Dark Lady, granted, much more of a passive, laid back one early on, but needs that long farm. But giving her more of that window to get to that spot where she can actually be the dominant carry in the game, no doubt. But it's getting there is the tough part, the tough task. Enough about the carries though. How about Tempest? We haven't talked about him at all. He's doing pretty good. 330. He's level 6. He's coming mid.
He has his ulti now. I hope I think he's gonna look to use that. But other than that, I would suggest he just farms away, just get big, because the timer is really on the Legion team right now.
Yeah.
He can just farm and chill. It's Nicky who has to make the plays.
Oh, they're trying for it, but yeah, in the end, Labyrinth coming up just short. Trumpsta, you could tell he was a little bit antsy right there. He knew something might have been up, and he eventually plays it defensive enough to escape the release of the Kraken and avoid the certain death there. So
he was definitely aware of that.
Yeah, playing his part. So back to farming for Tempest. A little bit of a side chance there of going for a kill, but in the end doesn't get it. Goes back to farming. Midas bottom lane. Speaking of jugglers, there's Self-Force. Setting that up, so.
They are a really passive team, Hex in general. So maybe Reason has picked up on that. Just gone even greedier.
Perhaps that's the reason. Yeah, how is King Nicky doing, by the way? He got a kill right there, 280. I mean, that's what Self-Force I think is a little interesting. You need a little bit of time to really start excelling, I feel like. You know, early might not be the greatest, but once
he
you get
also
those
got
stacks
nerfed early on with the cooldown on Q.
True.
So he farms a bit slower now, but I think he's doing fine right now. Almost up to 300.
Yeah. Not too shabby there. You see, Dark Lady did choose to go the full Ghost Marchers here first. Does pick up a Ring of the Teacher now, so getting some build up here early on.
It's also the benefit with Salomon, because you have the ulti, you can always pop, so you don't really need the vestments, the power supply early on.
Yeah.
You just go straight into the muck, and then your next item is just there like 2 minutes after, and then you don't really need the build up for anything.
Yep, and speaking of that, 2,600 gold saved up, and they're pushing the top tower here.
I mean, he could just click R right now and kill the Kinesis, but I think he wants it to, if he gets ganked, to turn on them.
Yeah, it's not worth to necessarily go for that kill.
3 minutes of being vulnerable.
Good point. Kinesis tried to deny it, unsuccessfully, but again, she survived, so that's the important thing there. Oh, the top rune, Moraxis. He steals the refreshment rune right there in front of Midas, as the actual rune is bottom, as we see. Happens to be Invis. Both teams know this. It is dark over there, so seems like Midas actually going to be the first one to get there and pick it up.
They don't know what it is, though. They don't have vision on it, anyone of the teams. So he's not even going to see it. He thinks that Legion already took it, and Legion probably now thinks that he took it, so. Because they don't have vision.
Yeah. That's one of the, I don't know. It's obviously, for as a spectator, you know, it's easy for us to say this, but I feel like you should at least just check that. You know, you ran right past it, a little bit of a clicking down.
Definitely.
Maybe, but...
But, like, there's good reason for both teams to think there's no rune there right now.
Yeah, that's true.
If you think about the vision.
Yeah, speaking of that, there's not a lot of vision right now on the map. We're at that spot of Bill's wards, you know, ran out recently, so need to get some new ones up here. Especially on the Hellborn side, it seems like they only got the one currently, from what I can see. In the middle lane, so.
I think Legion has 2, Hellborn 1. I don't know. Wards are super important early on.
Yeah.
So I really hope they're gonna get some more on the map, because it's just, as a player, when you're playing, you just feel like if you look at the minimap, you look at the minimap all the time when you're at a high level. And if you just see a black minimap all the time, you get so frustrated.
Oh yeah. No, even
and
at
it's
a low
pretty
level.
even right now, so there's no reason not to have vision, I would say.
Yeah, even in mid wars, man, it's frustrating.
Yep.
Gotta get that vision on the other side. Yeah, so definitely want that up. Definitely want that up. Salomon, sort of the high, the mock. It's going to be about a 10-minute, we'll go 11-minute mock here when he eventually gets it and everything. So overall, pretty good timing. He did go the Ghost Marchers first, so.
It's gonna be in 1 minute. It's just, I don't know how they're gonna stop it.
Yeah.
So strong. He's gonna be the classic 2 items ahead of Lady.
That's ridiculous, yeah. I mean, other heroes, though, so that's the thing, too. It's not only, you know, some games, you know, might just only be him, and even that's scary in itself, but you got a Kraken that's 450 GPM, actually.
And Tempest 360.
Yeah.
It's really scary. Scary lineup. Huge teamfight potential as well.
Yep.
I don't think Hex has any chance late game, even though Lady is the harder carry. Tempest is just superior to Lord, and Kraken superior to Moraxis, I feel like. all the team fight spells as well.
You see a little bit of a skirmish going on right here. Hellbringer was picked off right away. Kinesis burst on a Kraken is not going to be enough, though. And in the end, that should be the final of the fight here. So, well, maybe not. I mean, you see Kraken and others still
They really
kinda
want
hanging
to.
around.
I think they should wait. Kraken is getting his PK right now, so just wait a few seconds, and then they can get a good initiation.
Yeah,
So
they're
really early
patient.
PK, 11 minutes with bottle and power supply.
Hellbringer's not level 6, though, but it might not matter. Oh, the charge going to miss, though. He went for Meraxis. Swing and a miss. So, yeah, Hellbringer not being level 6 either, unfortunately. So, unable to initiate with that Malphus here. Make it a little easier. So, yeah, in the end, a lot of this waiting around. He's showing the portal key now, so not the greatest there. But, again, overall, his team's still feeling pretty good as far as where they stand. And he still has the portal key, of course, so.
They really need to address Salomon though now.
Yeah.
Like, I think they need to limit his farming by warding some camps more than gank him. I think it does more to take away his farm potential than gank him at this point.
So get some aggressive boards, basically.
Yeah. Block camps and shit.
Yeah. Well, not a whole lot of that going on right now, and he's gladly just accepting the farm in there. I mean, King
You also
Nicky.
see triple ancients.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to be able to do that here coming up.
Oof. And they have none on the Legion side.
Yeah. I think Salforce just did them, to be fair, so I
Yeah.
think they had them
Yeah,
stacked.
maybe. His farm jumped quite a while, so
Yeah.
quite a...
Yeah, I saw him over there. So, yeah. Speaking of that, yeah, he's 380 now. You got Dark Liddy 390. So again, it's always you always got to keep that in perspective here. It's like yes, Salamon's ridiculously ahead, but you know it's kind of expected with how the hero works. So Dark Liddy is doing pretty good overall, considering the circumstances here.
But then people say it's Salomon, it doesn't do it much of that hero, but it really does. Like, items on that hero now that you go the Mach, which is, it's just so fucking powerful now, the Mach. It's
Yeah.
insane with the true magic damage. So he can compete even though he doesn't have ulti with the Mach this early on when he's so far ahead.
Yeah. And you see right here, there's those Ancients as mentioned. Goes over there and GPM.
I wouldn't be surprised if we end up on like 1,000 GPM Salomon this game with the space he's given.
Yeah, this is setting up to be. I mean, it's a case of, yeah, if it lasts long enough, they win the fights like they probably should, then very, very possible. I've only had
But
a
it's
couple of
looking
those.
okay for Hex. They have 2 and 400 as well. Trumps are getting close to PK. They can definitely still make stuff happen.
Yeah, I mean, that, again, so that's what I keep going back to as well. It's this Legion side, it's, yeah, the overall, it actually isn't too bad. I mean, the experience lead is in favor of Hex by a bit here early on. About 3,700 experience lead. So, yeah, really Hex, despite them not necessarily addressing Salomon early on, they do have their positives. But, again, it is going to be the ultimate question. Now, if they can get pickoffs without Salomon happening to be around, then that could work. But if Salomon's involved in a fight, then that's where it's going to be scary, of course.
Yeah.
This Legion side.
Midas is struggling a lot to, like, a positive for Hex.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He's
been
only
able-
level 6. He's not really getting anything. He's more like a second support at this point.
Yeah, and he got a kill early on, and against he got Rhapsody killed by himself at the bottom lane. So he actually had a decent start there, but
It's the classic, then you get greedy, you want to win the lane, and you forget that Lady just completely counters your hero.
Yeah.
Then you end up dying once or twice, and then you're just even further behind than you would be if you didn't get the kill.
yep. Yeah, and he's sitting in this middle lane. He's been here for a while. I mean, you can see right here, level 6. Meanwhile, middle lane, there's a charge act. That looked awkward. Out comes the Lord's Force on Dyke, and a big burst from Kinesis to finish him off. All the TPs are here, but they get in late, and Hex is able to retreat. That's a pretty big kill.
Huge kill. 450 GPM Kraken.
They got out of there, and the bottom tower kill on top of that. So really, Hex is all of a sudden it kind of the vibe of the game kind of feels a little bit different here. And then Hex now seems like that they're looking pretty good all of a sudden as the Rune Cleaver finished. Dark Lady, so you know what that means. More farm on her now, of course. Well, are you feeling good about Hex all of a sudden, or are you still a little worried about that Salamon?
It's up for grabs this game right now, but I still think that Reason has the edge if they play it well. He almost has Refresher. Just that one hero can do so much.
Oh, top lane, Kinesis got some shield from the damage, but it wasn't enough. He goes down. You mentioned the Restoration Stone on Salamon. There's the Arcana, so just needs the pattern, and guess what? He's just about there. So he's going to have it here shortly. Rhapsody, uh-oh. He runs into trouble. And they're going to collapse on him. Salamon, what a jump from Meraxis right there. Gets the kill to Midas. Salamon is able to get his ultimate off, however, and survive initially. Elemental Void using the miss of that as well. Going in now, Salamon. Lord South Force trying to take it. Is not going to be enough. Oh, the chance was real for Hex, but it just was not enough. Salamon, yeah, okay, he not only survives, but it comes out, they finish the Ancients. That could have gone either way, it felt like, and it just happened to go well in the way of Reason Gaming there.
That's the thing, though. It looked amazing, you know, until Salamon pressed R and they didn't kill him before the ulti. And then he just killed the whole team.
Oh, no, and it just gets worse, actually. Dark Lady goes down. She did a good job of sidestepping the initial stun. But then they wanted to fight, and, you know, in the circumstance right there, it just didn't seem like that was going to work. Rhapsody now, she's in trouble. She goes down. So, a different guy. I asked you about a minute ago. Are you feeling good about Hex? Well, I don't think we're feeling good anymore.
No, I was. I didn't get to say it before the fight, but I was gonna say that I didn't think Hex should take that fight at all because the power level of Salamon is too big right now. There's too big of a difference from that hero to the rest of the heroes. He just counts for 3 heroes right now, basically. So if they don't kill him before ulti, it's a guaranteed loss fight. No matter how well they play it, they're gonna lose the fight. As you saw, it was amazingly played by Hicks. They played it really well. They had a good stun into Q from Salforis into ulti from Meraxis. It was really good synergy, but just not enough.
How about, I wanted to bring this up, it's actually sort of picking up though, but Lord Salforis going the Ice Brand first, and now into a Blessed Orb here, so Frostless Skull's great on it, but Ice Brand always just seems like one of those wasted items almost, just to get like by itself, early on especially, so I mean, do you think it's okay, or would you rather seen something else?
It's okay, but it's not really an impact item until he gets the full Frostwolf Skull.
Yeah.
But that's how they need to play. They need to play for the late game. But then I feel like they shouldn't be taking that fight when he's clearly going for the late game with the items.
Yeah.
Then they should just be sitting back and letting Reason come to them. Maybe defending Kong if Reason choose to get that.
That was interesting right there. You put the Undying on Salamon and then ran, so Salamon took a little bit of damage, but eventually wears off. He heals on up, and now Salforis, he got caught sticking around a little too long. Kraken with the catch, and Salamon is going to get killed off eventually as it supports there. And Malphus also hits Kinesis, and the chase continues. In fact, Kinesis doing his best to try to survive. Ultimate from Salamon. He's like, all right, I'm going to get the kill. Oh, Rhapsody, good attempt right there. But Kraken was right on top of it, and he goes down. Double tap for Rini, and here comes yet another tower kill. This is quickly
I feel like that was really optimistic by the Rhapsody, because, you know, even if he saves him for like 10 seconds, they're inevitably both gonna die in that situation.
Yeah.
So I feel like he should just get out himself, not give them another kill. There was no way they were turning that, even if he got a full ulti off.
Nope.
It's just snowballing for Reason right now.
Yeah, you definitely, that is one of the bigger things. I mean, you got to play well. You got to play on point. You got to have that teamwork there to beat a Salamon like this especially. So, and, yeah, Hex seems like they have been a little off at times. And here we go again, in fact. The Elemental Void, it's going to keep Meraxis in place initially. And it does get canceled, but it just doesn't matter.
It is his last ulti, though. He might die here.
Oh, good point. Salamon, yeah, he is going to fall. He went a little too far there. And goes down. Did not have the Restoration Stone. He mentioned he used the double right there. So he goes down. Hellbringer on the run. Oh, he is going to be able to TP out in time, and the rest will get away. So, yeah, hold at least for Hex this early on, but still damage done. Well, 3,900 gold in Dark Lady, so I guess she is going to have another item here. Coming up at least.
Yep. The same with Salomon. If he just right-click a Shrunken Head, he's gonna have a 17-second Shrunken Head in like 2 minutes. Then they can just go take the Rex. They can't contest that. I hope he right-clicks Shrunken and he doesn't go greedy. It's really just get items that synergizes with the resto.
Oh, you're talking about so
They don't
Salomon,
need
okay.
they don't need more damage items now. He just needs a Shrunken, maybe a sheep, so he has double sheep. Would be really strong.
Labyrinth. Finds some food there in the jungle. Gets a quick kill and then portal keys away. It's a good jump by him, but yeah, we'll see what Salomon goes for here. As far as
Yes,
his
there's no
item
reason to
progression.
be greedy, because they really don't need more damage. He has the damage he needs.
Oh yeah, they've shown that already. For sure. So he's not buying it yet. He is going bottom here, so maybe buyback purposes, but it seems maybe a little too early for that, so...
Yeah.
Oh, Tempest,
It's
meanwhile.
gonna be a fight without Salomon ultis.
Yeah, this
Really
is big.
smart by Hex.
Very smart by Hex, indeed. They know he's bottom now. He does come out to the top lane, but as you mentioned, he doesn't have an ultimate, so Salomon not nearly as scary now without that. So they get a couple of kills, Hellbringer and Tempest, and they got the tower. And now they're continuing to push. All 5 are still up here. So Hex has an opening now. Make a play here. Did he buy? He bought an Axe of the Malphite, I believe, on Salomon. So Behemoth's Hearts, I would have to safely guess. You unsure about that, or?
Unsure about what?
The Axe of the Malphite choice on Salomon. I think he bought there.
He's gonna go simple or hard, and I don't think it's necessary, to be honest.
No.
I think the Shrunken Head, maybe PK into sheep or Genjuro into sheep, is just far superior in this situation. Because he doesn't need damage. If one sheep on Lady right now, she's just dead. There's no way she survives.
Yeah. Well, goes the Behemoth Heart in
gonna-
full.
I mean, it's okay, but I just like Shrunken Hex more here. Why
Yeah.
not get the items that synergizes with resto when your hero just is all about the resto? You might as well be at your strongest when your ult is up. You're not gonna be fighting when they're down anyways.
Oh, that's fair. That definitely is a good point there. As Rhapsody, fortunately, again getting
Also-
picked off down here.
You can clearly see all the ultis has like so long cooldown, so they're not gonna fight anyway when the ultis are down, the Tempest hole, Hellbringer, etc.
Oh no, Dark Lady, she chose to fight the Tempest right here rather than just running. Now, this might work somewhat. Moraxis goes in and stuns and now running away, so now Moraxis, however, is the one that's caught. There's the ultimate from Salomon. Maybe not necessary, but it gets the kill secured.
They should go Kong right now. They really should. I hope they are.
Looks like it.
They can't contest it at all.
Yeah.
They have no initiation without Moraxis.
Yeah. So I
Not
mean,
yet, at least.
even though Dark Lady lived, that's what got Moraxis' kill, to be fair. And so yeah, I question that. Hey, that's the second time I've seen Dark Lady do that. He really is feeling confident about manning up here in a lot of these cases. Middle lane was earlier, and obviously he ended up dying in that one. Now this, he tries to man up against a Tempest, not realizing that there's a lot more right nip behind him. So unfortunate circumstances there, and now you got a token on Salomon to deal with. Dark Lady again. Okay, she charging strikes not really far though, and they are going to be able to chase him down. There's the second. Look at how fast she falls as soon as Salomon jumps on top of her. Ridiculous. And she's going to be dead for the next 60 seconds here about as South Force gets out. But Dark Lady can't have these deaths here. Rex. So now you got more progression. So yeah, the Behemoth's Heart, questionable perhaps on whether that was the best choice. Obviously it's working out here, and now you would think he is going to continue to go that, maybe the Shrunken or even perhaps just the Sheep Stick here.
I think Behe Hard takes the place of Shrunken in this situation, so I think Sheep is great now. He can go Genjuro or some damage item, but do they really need that? I'm not sure. I would swap the boots out as well, ASAP for travel boots.
Okay.
He doesn't need the Ghost Smashers for anything special.
Yeah, get that post haste in here. Get that mobility as a result. Storm Spirit picked up on Kraken, kind of looking at other items. Yeah, again, he's had great farm throughout this. He got the Shrunken. Now he has a Storm Spirit, so has a pretty good
Exactly.
save.
They have the tools to save him. That's why I feel like the Behe Heart might be... But it's working out, so it's fine. He's definitely not going to die now with a Behe Heart and a Storm Spirit
Yeah,
before he gets ulti off. So that's one way to go about it.
yeah.
As long as he gets his ulti off, they're most likely going to win the fight.
Yeah, again, it's just a different way to approach it. It's, again, I still think it's questionable whether that is the best choice, but that's what he did, and it's working. And so, as we say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, he's working for him and his team right here, as they are going to be pushing middle. Remember, the top is the one where the tower's dead already.
Yeah, they should get the top racks first,
Yeah.
and then look to go back to probably bottom, because it's the lane that's pushed so far. So they should go back, push out the lanes, and then go down bottom, I would say.
Yeah. I like how Rhapsody is the one pushing that bottom lane. I mean, she is decent at that, I guess, as a support. But, yeah, she is going to port back now. Salamon's basically saying, you know what, kill me, I'm fine. I got a token. Yeah, he's not going to ultimate here. No point. He still might help kill Salforce. He will. So there goes Salamon. Now he's up. He's got double ultimate ready to go pretty much. He's taking a lot of burst. He needs to get this first one off. There's the release or there's the Tempest ultimate. There's the ultimate for Salamon. Protected Melody. It's just not going to matter. It gets canceled, and she gets pounced on and killed eventually. And now Salforce on the run again. He bought back for this. It's probably going to be a dieback. There we go. Second ultimate from Salamon.
They're doing a good job of stalling the Salamon ultis.
They are, yeah.
They need to get out now, or he's going to die here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. They locked him down. So Hex is playing around that pretty solidly, as we just saw right there. They are going to stop Hellbringer and also get the kill onto him. So, actually, again, it's just what it seems like. Reason Game is going to start really overwhelming. It's like, well, Hex is all of a sudden pretty good.
He got a little too comfortable in those ultis. Thinking about he had like 2 HP coming out of it.
Yeah.
I think he forgot that.
Yep. Yeah, he got low going into it, so got to be wary of that.
Really close they bursted him down. It's also why I feel like if he had the travel boots, he could die there, he could post haste in, they could win the fight and take 2 racks.
Now, they did get the melee rack, so there is that to look at, of course, and there was a couple of buybacks, including Salforce and Dark Liddy. So it's not like that didn't come at a cost here for Hex. I mean, they definitely still lost a lot.
Definitely.
So,
but it's getting to the point now where Hex is going to really have a chance in winning this game.
Yeah,
Salamon is strongest the first 40 minutes. 30-40 minutes.
It's not, and then it's not that he tapers off. I think it's just other carries that then start to catch up.
Yeah, they catch up, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the power level difference isn't that big, if that makes sense. He's so far ahead early on, but when they catch up, then the hero isn't borderline OP anymore.
Yeah. So it's just getting there. And so even with the buyback used, Dark Liddy is 4,000 gold saved up here. So again, he went the Shrunken after so he really has just been sitting on farm and surviving here. So it's going to be interesting to see what he goes for next as far as item.
Knowing it's Chaos Master, you really never know. It could be crit shards, it could be Savage Mace, it could be Wingbow. No one knows.
So a lot of options. All right.
I would probably predict Frostburn or crit shards, but I don't know. It's Chaos Master. You never know what he goes.
So, well, okay. Instead of playing the what would Chaos Master go game, what would you like? What would make sense to you? That would make the most sense. A Frostburn or?
Yeah, I don't think Wingbow makes sense at least because they don't really have so many hitters on Hellborn. So probably Frostburn or crit charge, I would say.
Okay. Well,
Wingbow is great in itself, but when they have literally no heroes that are gonna right-click you on the Hellborn team, I don't think it's enough value.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing that makes Salamon so interesting is he has a lot of damage just with his skills in that ultimate form. Not necessarily his right clicks even. So, yeah, something something else about that hero that's just pretty strong. So 5,300 gold saved up now in Dark City, so again, hopefully he's able to at least buy something before another fight breaks out. You'd figure that would be the case, but still hasn't yet. So I'm going to keep an eye on that here.
It's typical Chaos Master, pulling up 6,000-7,000 gold and then buying something not usual.
Just something completely out of it, like a charged hammer. All of a sudden, he just buys a charge. And it's like, wait,
We
what?
always get shocked when we played against them of his item choice, because you never know. It's not that it's always bad, but it's always different at least.
Yeah.
That's the wingbow.
Okay. Okay.
It's a fine item. It gives more damage than Savage Mace anyway. If you calculate it, it's more damage.
Oh, does it? Because of the new Savage
Because
Mace?
of the Q, yeah.
Interesting.
More damage for Lady than a Savage Mace.
Oh, for Dark Lady specific. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, exactly. That is the thing about Wingbow. Even though it's underprotective and people think
It
evasion
is
with it,
an offensive item, yeah.
it is pretty offensive at the same time. Yeah. So.
Especially for Lady. It's an agility hero, so... I think crit shards was better if you wanted this for damage. But you can never argue with Wingbow. It's just so powerful after the Savage Mage change. So.
Yeah. You see
Like the Hex pickup on Solomon, as we were talking about.
a sheepstick there. Yep, that's
It just
good.
needs a mobility item last. Denjiro, probably.
I'm looking at... They don't have a stopper for Tempest, do they? On this Legion side, now that he has a Shrunken.
No, they don't.
They cannot stop him. So the only thing they
That's
have
huge.
is Kinesis with a Storm Spirit and a tablet to maybe save teammates, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have 2 tablets, though. They are accounting for it.
So...
But yeah, that's definitely something they have to watch out for. Probably need to drop the Tempest first, because they can't drop Solomon either way. Or they came really close, but it's not realistic if Reason plays it well, that he's gonna die before his first ulti.
Yeah. Again, it's... The Hellborn team...
They have 2 Storm Spirits at this point, so...
On the Legion side? No, the Hellborn side.
Hellborn.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Midas going too here. Jeez. Yeah, wow, 3 Storm Spirits in this game so far. Oh, Salamon! Is it going to be a kill? It looks like it! No! He gets the ultimate off. Now, he is low, so again, he needs to be really careful about
He
this.
has to be really quick with the second ulti now.
Oh my god. He comes out, he just uses it right away, or not.
Oh,
Wow, that was close. Dark Hoodie in the meantime, Elemental Void. It is going to be canceled eventually. Dark Hoodie on the run now, but there's the Sheep Stick as soon as the Shrunken wears off. And down goes Dark Hoodie. Man, he was living life on the edge with Salamon, but
He
it
needs to be
works out in
careful
the
still.
end.
He could die to Morexus right now. He's dead. Morexus?
Oh my gosh, he just missed it. Dodge the axes somehow. Oh, the sidesteps. There's a tablet. No, Marcus. Oh, he is
he
going
got
to
it.
eventually get the kill. Oh, that was
such a misplay,
ridiculous.
though.
Yeah.
He had to just go in on the ulti, because he would have the damage anyway to kill him after the ulti. He shouldn't be hesitating there. That was so close he didn't get that. It's a huge kill he gets there.
Yep. Well, again, the big picture, they killed Dark Lady at least. So, but yeah, the fact that Solomon does die at the end there. I mean, again, a little bit of room for Hex.
It's a really even fight, because it's not going to result in any pushes, most likely. I'm not sure.
Oh, they're
Maybe they are going to
but-
push. But it's most likely not going to be any objectives or Kong or buybacks or anything,
Yeah.
unless Kong just spawned. So.
Yeah, well, he just spot, but yeah, that's still this is a little risky. I mean,
Really
Kraken's
risky.
coming up.
Super risky.
They do not have any
don't have vision
vision.
on it.
They got the
That's
middle
true.
lane, but still, yeah, this is it's a risky
I think they're
attempt.
gonna back out. They should. They're not. You can see they're not on the same page, because Morexus is.
He's like, well, I want to go.
I want to get out. He's saying right now on Skype.
Yeah.
So obvious. They shouldn't do this. It's free token. They're heading over.
Oh man,
Gonna be-
Moraxis! Oh, that's a big jump by him. He stops Kraken and Midas, who are running over. Kraken now, the Undying on him. He is gonna fall right here. He gets his release Kraken off, but little coming out of it. Hellbringer, he's on the run, but that Void Talisman just doesn't matter. That looks kind of funny there with Dark Lady, but it actually still kills him in the end. And now they go back to Kongor, actually. So that all because of Moraxis right there. it does
Yeah.
work out, and Dark Lady gets the
I
token.
didn't even notice that Salomon's ultis wasn't cooldown, but I guess that was the reason they felt so confident.
And Elemental Void, yeah, Tempest obviously too.
That's the downside of the Hellborn team.
Oh,
Such
true.
huge cooldown ultis.
They really do, yeah. Tempest, Hellbringer, Salamon, yeah, they really do.
Even Kraken has 190 seconds.
90 seconds, level 3, yeah. Jump right here. Onto, that is Salamon. He gets his one ulti off. He doesn't have a second one for now, so this could be crucial right here. Lords out for us to protect the Melody. It is going to save him right there. Salamon, again, needs to be careful, but he's not. He's getting pretty reckless, honestly, and he goes down, and now the melee Rax is in trouble. Hex is going to kill it. He buys back, but he still doesn't have a second ultimate. There goes Malphus, though. The Elemental Void!
Oh.
It catches all four. Salamon doesn't need an ultimate. What a big Elemental Void right there. Dark Lady goes back in. She's like, I want the kill on the rack. She gets it, but at what cost now? Chaos Master, he's trying to take maybe somebody with him. It will not happen. He goes down. They get the racks, but boy, was that huge from Archie Tiger there.
That was huge. That's when we're sitting there and Mint yelling, the Tempest ulti breaky, when it comes out. That was huge, man. Really what they needed there. They didn't have a second Salo ulti, and I guess Legion wasn't aware when it was coming up. The Tempest ulti got the perfect timing. Really well played.
Wow, that was this game really is turning into something, man. I mean, it really did feel like that Reason was just going to get out of hand. But yeah, it really has been back and forth.
The ulti.
And here we go again. We're in that action phase where it's just not going to stop. Apparently, I guess it will right there.
That's the second ulti though.
Salamon, yeah. He does have a resto use right here, but not going to figure it's necessary. Instead, we'll fall back and. Well, we could wait for a third Conqueror now at this rate. Probably.
Yeah.
The way this game's going, so. But
they are out of buybacks
yes.
on Legion, so one more fight is going to be crucial that they win the next fight. Because if they lose it, then it's lights out probably.
Yeah, that's I think the biggest thing to remind ourselves of is like, yes, Hex has been holding in a sense. They obviously pushed middle right there. They do get the racks. But it did come at a pretty solid cost. As you mentioned right there, both King Nike and Chaos Master completely out of buybacks. Everyone else only one, but I mean those two out of buybacks are like your two most important ones, especially Dark Lady. So that's very crucial. Everyone on the Hellborn side, Salamon is down to one to be fair, but still better than none, obviously. So
Yep.
I still would favor Reason Gaming, no doubt, in this game here, but
it's so back and forth. Like 2 minutes ago, when they were pushing the middle racks, you would be like, "This is Hex's game now." Then the Tempest also comes. Then it's Reason's game. Then
that's true.
It's really hard to predict at this point. It seems like there's a clear favorite all the time, but then it swings back.
Yeah, no, Hex has been the one that's been just doing enough to stay in there. So, and Salamon, again, another interesting spot to see what he goes for
top.
here.
It's going to be a fight here.
There's the tower kill. Do they have ultimates? Everything is pretty much up. Elemental Void up in 18.
I'm not sure why Reason didn't just go there. I don't know. There's no way they lose a fight with double Salo ulti, is there? Maybe because they were waiting for the Tempest ultimate, yeah.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
If they have everything up, yeah, they should take any fight they get for sure. Because this
Definitely.
is a very deadly ultimate team. But yeah, with Elemental Void down, that was enough to...
Midas also got some items now. I think he's gonna get the sheep, probably. Just saving for buyback for now.
Yeah.
He should buy just, like, I hate seeing this. Going into crucial fights having 4,500 on you. Why not just buy the, like, first piece of the item? I just think it's dumb. You see so many players do it as well.
Especially when you have an open item slot, especially when you have gold to then still buy back after. Yeah, it's...
Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I know what you're saying.
I mean, it's fair that you're saving for buyback, but, like, just don't get ridiculous about it.
Oh, Build Rot. They're going to jump. That's in. Oh, that is a real one. So Forrest caught here. There's the setup. Nice protected Melody just out of range. In comes Malphus. Rhapsody going to fall. And Forrest is also going to go down as a result. Obviously, Salamon in that ultimate form. Elemental Void, no. Tempest, oh, he already did use it. That's right.
He did use it, but he didn't pop his Shrunken, so it got canceled.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't matter in the end.
It did not, no. Still got a
just
couple of
speaks to this team that you can You can Tempest ulti without using Shrunken, still win the fight.
Yep.
Huge.
Kinda
Because you have so many heroes doing stuff.
Kind of shows you where they're at here. So, but yeah, that works out, and obviously against Alforus out of buybacks, as we've been stressing. Look at that.
There's the crit charge. He's going all in because he doesn't have buyback.
Why not? So that makes sense. Get that damage
There's
here.
double sheep on Salo still. I don't think they're gonna be able to defend this. Reason should just be like go go go. And an ice brand on Salomon. I'm
Yep.
really curious why he would go Frostwolf.
Oh, here's a jump. Rhapsody. Oh, the charge again kind of missing right there. There's a crit off the bat from Dark Lady onto Salomon, actually. He is taking some good damage right here, but it is not enough in the end. He will get away. Kraken was picked up in the meantime, though. There's the ultimate from Salomon. Nice Storm Spirit
Really
installed,
clunky
but...
They should just get out now until it's... No, why do you go in?
Dark Lady's been doing this a lot, man. He's been doing this a lot. Does he have the backup this time? He wants to fight toe-to-toe. He is not going to win that battle. He goes down. Salomon lives, kills more Axis. Salomon does eventually fall as all of a sudden Lord Zalforce is back and gets the kill. But the rest do run away.
It's so disappointing. You see, like, oh man, they had that fight so on. They were disengaging, and then he just classic Chaos Master goes in recklessly, wants to take the fight straight up, and I don't know.
Yeah.
They had that so on. They run back. The Salomon ulti runs out, and they go back in, or they force them back. Instead, they come. Like, they give him a lot of kills before he dies. I don't think that was worth it to give him 3 kills, even though they got the kill on him.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, it did cost him again. That's what I think we keep kind of coming back to in the end for Hex. It's like, sure, they have some positives from these fights, but then you look at what they used to get there, and as you're pointing out,
It seems like they're half of the time they're understanding the, like, get out, wait for the ultis to be on cooldown, and then the other half of the time they just don't give a fuck.
It's just
Let's just fight into this Salomon with double sheep in his ulti form.
not gonna usually win you fights. No. Well,
I'm crazy curious to see if he finishes a full Frost Wolf, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, Frost Wolf here.
but it's like, what else would he get? Like a Dawnbringer? So.
Dinjuro, definitely. Dinjuro.
Well, I mean, he has to finish the Ice Brand, right?
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, just don't get the Ice Brain at all. Just get another
Okay.
ice.
Gotcha. So instead of that, you would have much rather seen the Genjiro, yeah.
Even a PK, I literally think PK is better than Frostwolf. Because of the double sheep.
Oh yeah. No,
You
I
can
mean,
initiate. You see, like Pro Busk Formless, these players just getting the sheepstick PK combo and then just initiating for the team, so that you have multiple ways of initiating. Right now it's only Kraken really, maybe Hellbringer.
yeah, I was just about to mention that with the typical build, that portal key, the sheep stick, the shrunken. That's like that routine build on this hero, obviously with the Rusto. But Rainy going a little bit different here.
I mean, he's making it work, but like, he's really all in on the ultis, because without ultis, what is he offering? 1 sheepstick? That's pretty much the hero without ultis.
Top lane, Kraken, he is going to find more Axis. He's been doing that combo right there pretty nice. The charge though didn't necessarily help as he gets tapped in the way too. Salma jumps in, there's a Storm Speed though, protect him, Melody coming out, a lot of defensive tools, the Elemental Void. It catches a couple, Salforce and Kinesis. Not a whole lot of damage follow-up. There it is, though, Salforce. The double Tempest ultimate. He got a Resto Stone. That caught them off guard. Tarklady now, the sheep stick onto her. She goes down. And Moraxis is going to fall. I had to do a double take right there because I was
honestly
like,
think
what?
that even caught us off guard.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. That was huge.
Big timing with the Resto Stone on Tempest.
MVP this game with the ultis Archie Tiger. 2 huge ultis, or like 3 you can say, with the double one, but definitely deciding a lot in this game.
Yeah. No, that was a big finish fight right there. I mean, a game that, so in the end, Reason does win it, but man, that felt like Hex was a grind. They really did everything they could to get a victory there, but Obviously,
I expected this game to be finished 20 minutes into the game, but they really put up a fight, and I was gonna say it was decided by draft, but not really. It was really back and forth. They could have won that game.
Yeah.
But well played by Reason.
It was, and a pretty good game to kick things off here for the Deadeye Bounty League officially now. So getting into it, excited to be here, guys. Again, this is a tournament that's going to be running every weekend here for the next 6 weeks coming at you. 6 weekends even. Best of 2 matches. So to stress that, these are best of 2 matches, the group stages. Very similar format, really, to how the Han Tour season was, but obviously different in that, there's money on the line every single game even. So.
But there is there playoffs in this?
Yes, there is playoffs as well. Yeah. There's the bracket stage after. Got to check out the site. Look at the overview there.
We just haven't played